So you're very used to both performing and collaborating towards great performances to making it happen on stage. I think what people see less frequently is the creative journey that gets people there. What excites you about this project and this creative journey?
First of all, I think what's really interesting is the space always. I'm quite used to and quite excited by working in different spaces, not a theatre space, because that I think can really inspire and influence the work, and I really love the space that we're doing this project in. I actually really am quite interested by the theme as well of the project. And then working with somebody like Claire and Tom, I often am very inspired by working with performers that aren't necessarily dancers, so singers or actresses, and I think that's all because they bring a really different element to it. I think those three things, the space, the topic, and the collaborators.
Okay. So Hubert, I'm used to seeing you on stage, and I know you from a secular context, and here you are working in a church project, and I wonder how that feels to be working here in a church.
First of all, it's sacred, and I think often being a dancer, there's something sacred about what that profession as well, the ballet profession. It's something that one's really passionate about. I can see quite a lot of similarities to these two things about passion and being very sacred, doing something that you totally respect and that you sort of obsessive about in a way, and it's not a profession. It's something that you live and eat and breathe. So I don't see it as my work. I see it as something that just infuses my life. So I can see the similarities between those two, and it's something that does bring a lot of joy and I don't want to say redemption, but it's a way of living, being a dancer and being a choreographer. So I can see the similarities between that. But
we quite often use the word vocational in the church, and it's something that's about a calling and an expression of who you fundamentally are, and I have the sense that there's a similar vocational.
Absolutely, call. I think those.
And we're talking about creativity, and I wonder if you were to define that, what it means to be a creative person.
I see it as something that allows you to really be expressive, that allows one to talk about and express things about what it is to be alive, what it is to be human. I think creativity isn't black and white. Creativity could be anything. I mean, there are no rules really to creativity. That's one of them. The great things about it is about, I think, the freedom to try different things, but essentially really to be expressive about who we are as human beings and what it is to be human. And that's what I always really aim to do with my work, and working with dancers is allowing them to be as expressive.
One of my favourite quotations is from one of the early church fathers, St. Irenaeus of Lyon, who said that, I think he said, the glory of God is a human being fully alive. And it sounds a bit to me that that's what you're describing there.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly, I mean, it's not always easy. As a matter of fact, it's a very difficult thing. I find it quite difficult, challenging to do, but I mean, it's when I do feel the most alive, is when I really feel this is what my calling is. That's when I'm at my happiest, is when I'm making, when I'm sharing ideas, when I'm trying things, when I'm really doing what I was meant to do. Especially with dance, it's something that it's movement, it's life, it's talking about things that are making us present, and you know, and I think often it can touch on subjects that, you know, other art forms can't necessarily, and it's very primal.
And very powerful. I cry much more in dance than I do in any other art form. I think it speaks very powerfully to people.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Excited about the project?
Yes, very excited. Very excited about the project. I think now that, you know, I have a sense of what it is, I'm very, very interested to learn more about Tom and Claire as well. I get a really good feeling that we'll collaborate well, and it's you know, that's, you know, one starts off at a certain place. The journey is very interesting, making something, because where you end up and when you start off can sometimes be quite a big, you know, there can be quite a big shift, and sometimes you can not end up where you thought you might, you know, and things can develop and things can evolve, and to allow yourself that freedom to find new things. I think that's the exciting bit, you know. You can't plan at all. Things develop and they spontaneously. And that's what's great about creativity as well. You know, it evolves.
Good. Well, let's see where it evolves and what happens.
No, I think
it's going to be an interesting journey.
It's going to be great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Still make it, you know, quite clear for the audience. We're not totally lost. No, it's not. I think often with dance, that's what it's, you know, that's what it can suggest. Something.